This is how I stole a house in Portland, Oregon and totally got away with it. So the first thing I did was find a vacant house that somebody was trying to rent. Next, I looked up how to break into a lockbox without using force. Thanks, YouTube. Next, I forged some documents. This made it look like I had a lease agreement, and I called the utility companies and had the utilities put in my name. I'm not going to pay them, but they don't know that. When the owner showed up, I politely explained that this was my house now, and they need to leave. So they call the police, and I show them my lease agreement and the utility bills, and they tell the owner that this is a civil matter, and they've got to sue me. This made the owner super angry, so she lawyers up and tries to evict me. Of course, I can't afford a lawyer, so I call up a tenant advocacy group who gives me a lawyer that's 100% free and funded by taxpayers. So my out-of-pocket is still $0. So this lawyer fights on my behalf for months and months, really driving the owner crazy and costing her tens of thousands of dollars. Finally, the owner decided it would be cheaper to just give me a chunk of cash to leave rather than continue paying the lawyer. So she writes me a check for $10K and I move out. I didn't even have to clean the place up, and that's a good thing because I do a lot of drugs and the house looks every bit of it. Still no thank you note for aerating the walls, but whatever. So I just got 9 months of free rent in a house that otherwise would have cost me $3,000 a month, plus a nice cash for keys check. And I wasn't even charged with anything. I always thought that stealing was wrong, but it turns out if you steal a house, it's not even against the law here. So this couldn't have worked out any better. Thanks, Portland.
This is a legit problem for a lot of landlords. There are people who trick the system. They know you cannot kick him out because of the local laws. They move in, don't pay, destroy the property, and wait for you to pay them cash for keys so they can move out and go to another property. So, in states like Texas, for example, this will not work because they're more protecting a landlord. So if somebody like that moves in, they're going to be kicked out in 2 days. In states like Oregon or even in California here, this might be a problem because the laws work differently. So if you currently own a property that you're trying to rent and it's vacant, make sure you're going to install an alarm on this, and make sure you're going to be doing regular checkups on the property to make sure no one moves in.